Hello everybody, today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. It is 5:11 p.m. I just got off the bus in the neighborhood of Maspeth, Queens, off the Q18 bus. And I'm going to be doing a walk through the neighborhood today and even walk into Williamsburg. Let me first get set up because I can't see my phone right now. Not a good idea to turn down your phone brightness in direct sunlight. I couldn't even see the numbers to put in my key code. But I'm on the intersection of Grand Avenue and Hamilton Place. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of Maspeth. It was settled in the early 17th century, and the name Maspeth comes from the name of the Indian tribe that used to live here, the Maspeth Indians. So that's why this neighborhood is called Maspeth, because it's part of the Indian tribe. And the name literally translates to "at the bad water place," because there were a lot of swamps in this area, and it wasn't really a nice area for like agriculture or building buildings because of the wet land and swampy land. But even though the neighborhood was settled as Maspeth, there were many conflicts between the Indian tribes that lived here, and eventually many of the people left Maspeth into what is now known as Elmhurst. But eventually they took over the area, as we know from history. They took back the land from the Indians and they settled it proper. But yeah, that's the brief history of Maspeth. This here is a bus, the Q58, going down Grand Avenue. I think I'll go this way for now. I-360 with $5. How's it going? Thank you for your super chat. Appreciate it. Okay. So Maspeth is a commercial neighborhood. I mean, a mostly residential neighborhood. This street is its main street, the commercial street, Grand Avenue. It is warm and sunny. Hey, how's it going? Grand Deli. I think he just wanted to say hi. Didn't know me personally, but John Smith saying, I only appreciate super chats. No, don't say that. I appreciate every one of you. The restaurants are open, but it's not for dine-in, only for takeout or delivery. I don't visit this neighborhood too often. Here we have the Maspeth Press. It's a printing company. And look at this, they even have a custom designed storefront thanking the first responders and the healthcare workers. So cool. Joe Hernandez, something happened. Let me look back here. Sister passed away this morning. Oh my goodness, Joe, I'm really sorry to hear that. My condolences to you. Local grocery store here. Jarl, thank you for those nice comments. I know it's very important what I'm doing because we're showing history here. Whoever thought that at the time I start recording that we have all these important historical events that happened the turn of the decade. It brings so much change in the world. We have the pharmacy here. Notice this neighborhood, not this neighborhood, this business, it says DBA, which is doing business as Ridgewood Pharmacy. Many people here confuse Maspeth and Ridgewood because they're right next to each other. But basically this neighborhood is right on the border of Brooklyn. Ridgewood is in Brooklyn and Maspeth is in Queens. Kevin's asking how I decide where to go each day. Usually it depends on the situation. I take many things into account, like ease of travel, weather, how much time I have, if I'm even feeling up to it. We're back to normal, folks, with those car honking. Is that the same bus that I took to come here? I'm still behind it. Why did I even take the bus? Undercover police car, Ford. Jermaine saying it's a nice day to ride a bike. Well, that's one reason why I came here also, is because I didn't want to take my bike out because I also wanted to do a live stream, and it's not too good when I go on my bike and have to carry more stuff because there is still the possibility that it might rain later on, like a 30% chance, although I doubt it will happen. But just in case, I'm ready for it. I have an umbrella. A lot of American flags here on this highway overpass. This is the Long Island Expressway. Look at this, folks. I think New York City's slowly getting back to normal. We already have traffic jams. Although it could also be traffic jams from the Manhattan protests. When I was in Manhattan yesterday, traffic was held up on 57th Street because there was a large protest group blocking up First Avenue. Yeah, there's many USA flags here. There's even more across over there on that side. So if you didn't know we're in Maspeth, we have the sign over here. Welcome to Maspeth, founded in 1642. And you have all the seals here for the different organizations that are located in Maspeth. Yeah, this is the earliest English settled town in Long Island. I'm going to show the other side of the street once I walk up here for a little bit. This business here I've been to many times. Ivorone Brothers. It's been here for over 90 years now. It's an Italian food store. Semolina bread, lamb chops, Parmesan cheese, since 1927. Their bread is amazing, and their cold cuts. And then you have Dunkin' Donuts, which has, you know, their commercial type bread. Sometimes when I eat Dunkin' Donuts, I wonder if I'm even eating like real donuts. And we have a local store here, the Dollar Tree. People waiting to get in. Random City saying it's mostly air and sugar. It does feel that way. If you have a real donut, like from the donut plant in Long Island City, or they even have a few in Manhattan, you can feel those donuts are very dense. Here's a European delicatessen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Folks, I knocked over his bike with psychic powers. I went psh. Even though I was like 20 feet away, I knocked that bike over. I'm that powerful. Joe Hernandez with 10 bucks. Thank you, AK, for a shout out. Thank you for your walks, and it always puts me at ease. Yes, Joe, I want you to be positive, and I'm really sorry for your loss again. My condolences. You'll get through this. So thank you again for your support, and you know, I hope your family's at rest, and I wish all your friends and, you know, everybody you know peace as well. Chinese food store is open. Oh wow, look at this. We got some buzz phrases here. Constipation, hemorrhoids, check for colon cancer, get a colonoscopy, and stomach pain, acid reflux. It's a gorgeous day. It actually could have been a lot worse with the threat of severe thunderstorms. But I think that happened more to the south of New York City. I saw there were severe thunderstorms and big patches of rain and thunder headed toward the Jersey Shore. It's actually warm for me right now, and I'm not even worrying that much. All right, this is the most I want to walk up Grand Avenue. I'll walk the other way now. Yeah, I didn't even check the temperature right now. I think it was in the mid 70s when I left, but I need to see. Right now it is, yep. Wow, it was 75, now it's 81. Why did the temperature go up that much? My goodness. 81 and 27 Celsius. Really warm. No wonder why I'm sweating. Chase branch is closed. This area, believe it or not, gets mixed in with many of the other neighborhoods around it because it's kind of like a small area. So many of the community members, they go to the neighboring places to do shopping and supermarket work and all that stuff. So the whole area of like Maspeth, Queens, Ridgewood, Brooklyn, Glendale, Queens, and what's the other one? Bushwick, Brooklyn. They all kind of get like lumped in to like one community. Everybody knows to go someplace to go shopping and hang out. Large store, pizzeria. It's a shame that they have 2 levels for seating, and now you don't even need all that space now. There's a threading salon across the street and a hair salon. And what I said before about the community, like combining all their names into one. Look at this. This place is called Glendale Bake Shop. And we're in Maspeth. So before we had Ridgewood Pharmacy, and now we have Glendale Bake Shop. Even though Glendale is to like the southeast of here. And ice cream shop, Carvel. Commercial space for rents. Bite back saying you see that a lot in Queens and even on Long Island, other towns' names. Yep, that's true. You could even see it in the current neighborhood names, because this area wasn't always known as Maspeth. It used to be called Middleton as well. Middleton, and then the neighborhood of Astoria was once the city of Long Island City. And then Elmhurst and some of the surrounding communities, that area was called Newtown. And you can even see it in some of the names of the streets, like Newtown Avenue or Newtown Road. By the way, you can see the city skyline from here. Take a look. That will be the One World Trade Center, the Freedom Tower, and the financial district I'm looking at. Clear sky, I can see right to it. Here's the Maspeth Savings Bank. There's 3 neighborhoods called Edmonton, Alberta, Edmonton, UK, and Edmonton, Kentucky. Interesting. Teddy Burr was raised in Ridgewood. Our home was in Brooklyn, and across the street was Queens. Yeah, that's so strange. That must be so strange. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much because it's still New York City, but back when Brooklyn and Queens were 2 separate communities, it made for a lot of differences, because they really needed the votes from people and everyone to be counted. There was actually a rock in the neighborhood of, I think it's Ridgewood and somewhere else in Queens. I think it was called Boundary Rock. It's somewhere located within a old house now. Or I should say it's located somewhere within the grounds of an old house. But that rock wasn't in that location before. Yeah, you can look it up, it's pretty cool. The Queens and Brooklyn boundary rock. They used the rock to find out where the border was. Lady Bush with $2 Singaporean. Thank you so much, Lady Bush. Yeah, these are the flags on the other side of the highway overpass that I walked past. B. Griffin saying a lot of New Yorkers you know don't even know the city that well. I have a feeling that goes with many people who live here. They really only know their own like community where they live and then where they work. But a lot of New Yorkers won't even venture out to the Bronx or to Queens or to Staten Island or to the Statue of Liberty. They only know where they live. Many people I know from Astoria, they only commute within Queens and then they go to Midtown once in a while. That's it. Or they'll go to only like the touristy parts of Brooklyn, like downtown or Coney Island. They won't venture into like Midwood, Brooklyn, or Bay Ridge. And it kind of makes sense because if you're like an older person or someone who has all the things available in your community, why do you really need to like shop somewhere else? Because if you have a great bakery in your neighborhood, say Ivarone's Bakery where I pass, why do you need to go to like the Bronx for Italian food or an Italian bakery there? That's what's so good about New York City. The communities here, they have great businesses in every part. Every neighborhood has their own stars. Bike Bag used to go to the beach on Staten Island and grew up in Greenwich Village, yes. And even myself as a New Yorker, I rarely go to Staten Island. Not that I don't like Staten Island, it's because it's so difficult to travel there, especially me living in Queens. It's difficult to travel there, or it's also expensive too. You need to ride the ferry over there or pay the toll. The toll kind of keeps neighborhoods exclusive too. Just like many people, they don't go into Rockaway because they don't want to pay the toll for the bridge. And Staten Island, the toll is like, I think, over $9 for the bridge. Oh yeah, the bus is also another option to get into Staten Island. That's only $2.75. Here we have a drive-through bank over here. I think New York City has the most expensive bridge tolls in the entire United States. They raised the fare on the Verrazano, don't know what it is now. Let me see. I'm very curious what the toll is now for that bridge. All right, folks, you know how much the toll is for the Verrazano Narrows Bridge to get to Staten Island? It is $19. $19 just to cross the bridge to go from New York City to New York City. And you wonder why people don't go to Staten Island. I think that's the most expensive toll in the United States by far. Also, you do get a discount, a slight discount with Easy Pass. I think it's like $14 with Easy Pass, or like $16, something like that. And also residents of Staten Island get a discount for that bridge. But even still, it's like, with a toll like that, who would want to cross that bridge? Here we have a, I'm not sure what language this is. Maybe some of you can tell me. Is it Polish? This is a Polish grocery store, maybe. Oh yes, it is Polish. Polish American Deli. And I got $10 from Soko Life. Thank you for sharing your walks around New York City. I'm inspired by your channel and love seeing your live feeds. When you're live, I've also created similar channels to yours around my community. Yes, thank you. That's so nice. I hope your channel grows as well. It's always great to have, you know, more channels like mine showcasing the world's communities and bringing people together. So we have here an Italian deli, and we have back there a Polish grocery store. I love both kinds of cuisines. Some people are also very ignorant too. They'll never try a ethnicity's food and they just assume like all foods are like that and they won't even try it. I really can't understand those types of people, but it is what they believe in. Okay, so here's where the street branches out. One side is Flushing Avenue and the other side is Grand Avenue. So I'll continue on Grand Avenue. Antonio Keys with $5 and Elena Brown with $5. Come to Philly sometimes. Thank you both of you. I should make my way to Philly another time. I like my time there in Philly, but right now, traveling at this time may be a little bit difficult with all the protests going on, and it takes a while to get there. I have some Philly videos. Do New Yorkers have fish and chips? I do see fish and chips sometimes. When you go into the Irish pubs, you can get fish and chips. There's even a few in my neighborhood, Astoria, which have fish and chips. I haven't gotten it in a while, but we'll see. Square Bet asking how much longer are the protests gonna last? I think your guess is as good as mine, but hopefully it gets resolved in a peaceful manner. But the curfew is still around for tonight, starting at 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. So this is the more residential area of Maspeth. I was saying how Maspeth is more of a residential area. Now we're walking right into it. Yeah, B. Griffin saying the curfew seems to be preventing bad behavior. There was less violence and crime last night, so that's always a positive thing. I was watching a live stream last night, and it seemed that way. It was more orderly and less mischief going around. Very quiet in this area of Maspeth. These buildings look very plain. These are mostly like 1 to 2 family homes around this area. Detached homes which aren't connected to each other like this one, they're worth more money than the ones that are attached. Because you don't want to be in an attached house with a bad neighbor or a dirty neighbor, because their vermin and pests will become your vermin and pests. You don't know how many stories I've heard of like New Yorkers saying, oh, my neighbor, he cooks all the time and he doesn't clean up, and then the roaches from his apartment go into mine. Or I have, rat problems because of this horrible person's grooming problem. If only all our neighbors were clean and sanitary, right? But you can't have that all the time. That's New York City. Bite back, hate roaches, never had them growing up in New York, but now it's bad. In fact, I noticed a roach the other day on my kitchen countertop in the garbage bin. Normally I don't get roaches, but every once in a while you're gonna get one. It's just a fact of living in New York City. But thankfully it was right next to the sink, and I just grabbed my dish soap, started squirting it on the roach, and that took care of the problem. Here's another Italian bakery, the Russo Bakery Cafe. They also have Irish soda bread too. Bathroom centipedes are scary as well. Believe it or not, centipedes, they actually attack the other bugs that are harmful to you. They'll attack mosquitoes and they'll attack roaches and ants. That's what they do, they're predators. DB Burns with $26.40. Oh my goodness. Man, you rock. Thank you. So nice of you. Yeah, actually, centipedes, they keep them alive in Japan because they know that they'll keep the house free of bugs. I mean, it's kind of gross to look at, but I wouldn't want a centipede crawling on my body. Simon R with $10. Thank you for your efforts. Stay safe out there. Yes, I will, Simon. Thank you so much for your support. But the best defense against roaches is to keep clean. That's always your first line of defense and prevention. There's some nice homes here with a lot of charm, like this one across the street. It even has a flagpole. The temperature right now is 81 Fahrenheit. It is warm here. I'm gonna walk into Williamsburg across a bridge. Benji, I'm in the middle of Maspeth, Queens right now. On Grand Avenue. Wow, the bus was after me here. I was gonna stop because I wanted to show you this cool car. This is what you call quick patchwork. This person's got bumper damage. Look what happened, how the owner dealt with it. Tin foil. Tin foil bumper with duct tape. Always a solution to a bumper problem. Genesis, 15 bucks. Hashtag Genesis Konnichiwa, haha. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for your support. You see all kinds of stuff in New York. I like this fence here. Also like the tall trees this person's got in their yard, their front yard. Wow, they even continue over here. Yeah, those trees must have been there for a very long time. For them to grow to that size. You know that house has been in the neighborhood for a long time. Or at least the trees were. Lucas asking how I keep my glasses from fogging up when I wear a mask. Try not to breathe as much or exhale as much, and I also have trouble breathing sometimes with the mask on, so if there's no one around me, I'll just pull the mask down. So that will get rid of the fogging problem. But it doesn't really happen as much now as like the earlier months because it's warmer out now. All right, now we're heading into the more commercial area of Maspeth. As soon as I cross over this area, you see the nicer homes kind of turn into like attached buildings and auto repair shops. Martin's Botero, you will actually pass by my job. I just left there an hour ago. I work on 49th Place. Oh wow, I'm on 59th Street now. Someone's detailing their car very stylishly here. 96 Hoosier Fast Auto. What's going on with this BMW? Any duct tape on the bumper with tinfoil? No. Yep. You know, this auto repair place won't do that. This whole area is full of auto repair shops and industrial places. Here's an emissions inspection place. We got here a tire place, Michelin. And here is Action Tire Service. And here is another industrial company, Granger. This area is more known for like the distribution centers. Tires, like wholesalers for all the supermarkets in the area. I've seen like refrigeration companies here. Martin says once I get past 49th place ahead, I'll see Angelo Deli to the left, where I usually get my lunch, and you'll see MTA bus storage place on the right. I've heard of that place, Angelo Deli. It's very popular with people who work in this area, mainly because there's really nothing much here around. It's only that place. But I'll try to find the Angelo place. But there's 58th place now. Yeah, Martins, this area isn't really too friendly for like eating places. I know, because I was in this area once and I was like, what part of Queens did I just land into? Sometimes even the roads here, they're kind of like not even smooth because there's so much truck activity here. Montrez Montgomery with $2.99. Thank you. What is your likes and dislikes about living in New York? Okay, this is going to be a very objective question. I'll try to keep it short because it's been stuff's been changed a lot ever since COVID-19 and the protests came to New York. I kind of have to give like two versions of my answer, but the New York I know and the New York I like was like the last year's New York, where I love New York because people are out there and socializing, going to restaurants, having a good time, and there's so many things to do. But now comes the other part where what do I dislike about New York now is the opposite, because there's really nobody socializing now and going to restaurants and the tourist attractions now. So that to me is kind of like the depressing part. I hope New York can come back to that. But I also like New York because of the ease of transportation. The subways are always running. They used to run 24/7, but now they're not. So that's one thing I dislike now. Kind of like all the stuff I liked about New York is becoming a dislike now. And I hope New York recovers from that soon. The Goodfellas Diner was here, but it burnt down. That's interesting. I didn't even know there was a show or a film that was filmed here in Maspeth. Someone was just shouting some random things at me. Yeah, Beerman saying everything's so dirty. I always thought USA is the country where everything is perfect. I don't think anywhere is perfect. New York is no exception to that. Sure, we have like a great community here and ease of transportation and different neighborhoods, but it does have its flaws like garbage and litter and vermin. But on a positive note though, I do notice that because of coronavirus, people are taking care of themselves and their area a lot better. There's been less litter on the ground, so that's a good thing. And I'm also noticing that the rats are actually starving too, because there's less food to eat. Antonio Keys with $10. Your videos are therapeutic. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I mentioned this the other day, but the day when I ran into the subway system and I saw the rats on the subway platform, that's just a sign that they're very hungry now, that they're going up to the subway platform in search of food. Yeah, there's a lot of industrial businesses here. This one's a container business, shipping. And then you have over there a stair business. New York Builders of Stairs. And wooden pallets. Dumbo Moving and Storage. Oh, we have some inappropriate pictures for YouTube there. You know, that's the same company I saw when I was in Manhattan, I think a year ago, and someone mentioned the advertisement on the side of one of their trucks, Dumbo Moving and Storage. The scene was a little bit sexual. I won't describe it, but it does seem inappropriate. It was on my, I think it was lane filtering in Broadway. No, it wasn't Broadway, it was on one of those streets. I think I titled the video Extreme Lane Filtering in NYC. And someone found that business's name on the side of the truck. Was like, oh, yep, that's inappropriate. But it does give eyeballs. Q59 bus going up Grand Avenue. Vlad Popescu asking where are all the people. Not too many people come here to begin with. This is a industrial neighborhood. Whoa, whoa. New York City's got to fix this hole. This is bad. You don't want to drive in there. You know what I will do though to be a good citizen? I can do this and flip the cone right side up. At least it'll help a little bit. There we go. The little small things help. Danosk 488, great work, love your Bronx videos. Thank you, man. Well, the problem's solved until someone drives in there now. At least the cone's right side up now, so hopefully it'll help someone avoid it. Fear Monks, DKK20, hello from Denmark, have a nice day. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Mark Clark with 1999, the Manhattan bike video looked very frightening. Stay safe. Yes. I think it looked a lot worse than it really was. When I went into the city, I didn't really feel threatened at all. It was very orderly, just a lot of businesses beginning to board up or were already boarded up, that's all. And a lot of peaceful protesting from what I saw. But yeah, the whole scene from yesterday looked very surreal. But if there is a curfew later tonight, it starts in 2 hours. I wouldn't want to be out so late anyway. This sidewalk needs to be fixed. Here we have, I can't read the Chinese characters, but it says 99 cents showroom, wholesaler. Many Chinese distribution centers here. Photo Uno saying, let me know if you need a ride home. I'm the guy who saw you in Manhattan with the silver BMW. Oh, cool. Thanks for your offer, man. Dwayne's asking what different languages can I speak. I don't know too many other languages. I know a little bit of Mandarin Chinese, a little bit of my family's dialect Chinese, but that's not really even proficient either. A little bit of Spanish, and that's pretty much it. And maybe like a few words from some random languages. That's it. Here's another Chinese distribution center. You know what language I know how to speak to? I know how to speak New Yorker. You don't understand, folks. I know how to speak New Yorker. So you can just forget about it. I'm gonna go into the coffee store and you can forget about it. This is the Grand Avenue Depot. Central maintenance facility. How do you speak New Yorker? I don't know, man. It comes natural to me, I guess. Oh yeah, how can I forget I'm walking here? Let's do it, folks. I even remember that scene because I played it back so many times. All right, pretend I'm crossing the street now. Hey! Wait, it was hey, boom, 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 boom. I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Up yours, man. Get out of here. Yeah, it was something like that. I had to think for a bit. No way, I think he said up yours, you prick, get out of here. So I forgot the other expletive. And then I think Ratso says, you know, I gotta do the walk like him. The strut, Drone XX, lol, keep the good work, man. He was strutting down the street like this afterwards, like, you know, that's not a bad way to collect insurance, you know. That was like the last line in that clip that I saw. Oh, he was limping? I never saw the movie, I just saw the clip. It's funny. That scene with the taxi driver, it wasn't supposed to be there. That was a movie set that was taped off, and somehow the taxi driver got in. So it's pretty funny. The random taxi driver made that whole scene. I don't know what movie it is called, but if you put in I'm walking here on YouTube, you'll find this movie clip. Bite Back has the name of the movie. It's called Midnight Cowboy. All right, folks. Now I'm gonna walk into Brooklyn. This is one of the strangest bridges that you're ever gonna see in New York City. Thank you so much for that, mates. This is the Grand Street Bridge. So the name of the street turns from Grand Avenue to Grand Street. As soon as you walk over this bridge, it's gonna become Grand Street. This is a very old bridge. It's a lift bridge. It is very shaky on this bridge. And take a look at how polluted this water is. Oh my gosh. If you go and swim in there, I don't think you're making it out. You're gonna have a so loud. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna set the camera down so you just see how shaky the bridge is. Here comes a bus. All right, bus is coming very soon. It's gonna be an earthquake. All right, bus is coming now. If you want some good noises, you stay on this bridge. Yeah, look at the skyline view. It's beautiful here. Look at the patchwork they do on this bridge. They put metal plates. My goodness. Okay, folks. I think there's candy inside this shack. I don't know what's in there. It just looks bad. And take a look at this. Oh! Warning, do not eat fish, crab, or shellfish due to contamination from Newtown Creek. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Look at that. If you can't see the bottom, then I don't want to go in there and eat whatever's in there. This is the most contaminated waterway in New York City, Newtown Creek, because all the oil companies and industry was here, and some of them decided to use this as a dumping ground, and they didn't care for the environment. All right, I'm glad I'm off that shaky bridge now. All right, now I'm in Williamsburg. This is called the neighborhood of East Williamsburg. I'm sure if you stay here long enough too, you'll probably get sick from smelling all the water also. All the smells from it. Even though it's a lot better than what it used to be. Chu Dong saying floaty turd fish. Yeah, I don't think there's natural fish in that creek. I think a turd fish may be a new species growing in that creek. Spotty Dines with $1.99 show us how to get to the subway. There's no subway around here. I think the closest one is the L or the G train towards that way. Maybe I'll pass by it. Pothole alert, that needs to be fixed. In front of YRC Freight. Driving Britain says even plastic fish won't survive there. Well, on a positive note, when I was on Governor's Island last year, there was a project that they were heavily advertising there called the Billion Oysters Project. I thought it was such a cool idea. And basically, what this project does is it collects oyster shells or clam shells from restaurants, and they use them to plant new oysters in them. So when they put the oysters into the waterways, the oysters naturally filter out all the contaminants, and it's made the waterways a lot cleaner. And the waterways have been returning back to life, especially due to what's going on, COVID-19. A lot more fish has been returning back to the area, and wildlife like whales are even coming up to New York Harbor. That's been happening for a while now. The cattails also help purify water as well. That's nice. You know, when the Europeans first came here, they were surprised at how many oysters there were in New York City. And that's why a lot of the street names are named like aptly. There's a street on the lower part of Manhattan. It's called Pearl Street. All those names of those streets are in reference to what was once there. Water Street, Front Street, Pearl Street. There's even a neighborhood on Staten Island. I mean, not Staten Island, Long Island. It's called Oyster Bay. And there were probably tons of oysters on Oyster Bay. But I think that's such a nice name for a neighborhood, Oyster Bay. Yeah, Oyster Bay, Long Island. That's right. I don't think there's any other like neighborhoods by the water that are named after sea creatures though. But there is Coney Island. Coney Island, I remember from the other day, is named because it's the Dutch word for rabbits. Rabbit Island. So Maspeth and East Williamsburg have a lot of things in common with the industry here. Spotty Dimes with $4.99. Keep up the good work. Really like your videos. My friends are asking how to get a new car at the subway when they visit me. How to get a new car at the subway. There's two ways you can do it. When you're at the station, you can use the vending machine or the token booth. There's no more tokens anymore. The vending machine or the window clerk. The window clerk only accepts cash, and the vending machine, you just follow the prompts. You can pay with a credit or debit card, and that's that. But the vending machine is pretty user-friendly. It even has different language options. Yeah, I was surprised too at the name of Coney Island, but Coney is the Dutch word for, or used to be the Dutch word for rabbits. But a lot of the neighborhoods were named after what was once there. Like Brooklyn, there's a lot of neighborhoods that were named after like natural features or the area. What in the world? Someone's in a hurry, folks. My goodness. Thank goodness I wasn't like a few feet over here crossing the street, because that could have been me over here. Yeah, it came out of a movie, it seems like. But anyway, I was saying about the names of the neighborhoods in Brooklyn. You have places like Midwood, Bay Ridge. Another one is, I gotta look. Flatbush. Flatbush is another one. New Lots, yep. Flatlands, Sheepshead Bay, Borough Park, Bath Beach, Brighton Beach, Red Hook, because the slope there used to have a lot of red rocks, so. And Bushwick too. Bushwick was also like a wooded area. Where was The Outsiders movie filmed? Huh. Oh yeah, Mercadusis. There was the neighborhood of Greenwood, but now it's the cemetery. "626 Mass, girlfriend is jealous, says I watch your videos too much." Oh no. You should tell her to watch the videos with you. That might solve the issue. You know, I still make this mistake all the time. Someone was mentioning about Sheepshead Bay. I always mispronounce it as Sheepshead Bay all the time. And I make it just one word, not two words. But it's Sheep's Head, not Sheepshed. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Sheepshed. But I need to break that habit. We got another bridge, folks, but this one's very short. The Metropolitan Avenue Bridge. Even in Brooklyn, they got some messages for us. This bridge isn't as shaky as the other one. Yeah, it just says Atta. That's it. Here's another one over Newtown Creek. Very nice water, right? Of course, folks, when you see a sign like this, you better not eat the wildlife. You eat a fish from here, you're gonna grow 3 heads the next day. Yeah, that's right. You come here, I guess you can fish from here, but you gotta throw it right back. It might be fun to fish here, just don't eat stuff. See what kind of creatures you can get. Maybe the turd fish. If you see a fish with 3 heads, you better throw it back quick. Or if you see a fish with like 2 fins and like 5 feet, then you'd be like, uh-oh, nope, not gonna keep that fish. Let's. I think I'm getting allergic just talking about the mutant fish. Thank you, everybody. Love this artwork here on the side of this business. You see, these are the kind of creatures you can find here. Maybe you'll fish out one of those things. And yeah, I think it'll eat you faster than you can eat it. So, you want a screenshot? All right, I'll hold it for a little bit. All right. What was that for? That was just a art wall. Manny's Grill across the streets. You always see these kind of businesses in New York City. Someone's name and then the business that it represents or it's for. Like I can make a business called Kenneth's Pies or something, or Manny's Grill, or Johnny's Pizza. It's such a simple way to like differentiate yourself from the other businesses in New York. All right, here's Vandervoort Avenue and Metropolitan Avenue. Vandervoort Avenue is where a cyclist, I think, was killed last month maybe, because there was a truck that turned around and didn't see the cyclist. You want to get a chicken sandwich from Popeyes? I don't think I'll have chicken sandwich. I got stuff at home. Gary's asking what's my plan for tomorrow's walk, if I'm doing one. We'll see. I don't know yet. Binary asking, are there a lot of cycling deaths and injuries in New York City? They have been on the rise lately. Every time there's a cycling death, many people pressure the city into more infrastructure improvements, crack down on, motorists disobeying the laws and everything. So it is an issue in New York. Also because there's more cyclists out now, because driving is more of a hassle than what it used to be. This is Metropolitan Avenue and Morgan Avenue in East Williamsburg. Yeah, this area doesn't really have too much going for it, but the industry here, a lot of street art in this area. How come so quiet is because it is getting near the end of the window. Most people need to go back before 8 o'clock because of the curfew. And this area is also an industrial area. How's my finger? It's gotten better. It still hurts though, but if you look here, I still got some black and blue on the palm of my hand. Now you have a little more residential buildings on this side, and then you have industrial on the other. What happened to my finger? My bicycle locks were too heavy for my bicycle, so it tipped over and the weight fell on top of my finger. That's what happens when I try to make a video. I put myself in harm's way. Yeah, it's not broken, it's just painful, that's all. But it's getting a lot better. 2 days ago, I had to have the fingers taped together so that one finger would support the other one and it wouldn't hurt as much. You like these buildings? They're very nice. Like, look at this one. It's in between two taller buildings with some, that might be some, like, I was gonna say moss, but vines on either side. It is moss? Okay. Oh, Bree Griffin, you bring up a good point. The name of the streets in Greenpoint are alphabetical. Furniture store across the street, furniture, seating. What's the cheapest convenience store? There are many in New York. In terms of cheapest convenience store, that's kind of subjective. I think many of the stores are competitive here. You'll quickly be like priced out if you try to like raise it too low. Or say price it too low. But there's dollar stores, there's stuff like 7-Eleven and your local grocery stores. There's specialty stores as well. And even ethnic convenience stores. Orient Grove, this is a nice little lot here. Yeah, many people like Dollar Tree as well. I passed by the Dollar Tree in Maspeth, Queens. There was a long line there. The video is getting fuzzy, that's not good. But then again, I am gonna end the video soon anyway. Over there at Humboldt Street and then make my way back to Queens. I wanna give myself about an hour to get back. Yeah, Photo, thanks for the offer to drive me, but I'm fine. I got places to be here. I can catch the bus really close by. Tom's asking if there's a fine if you don't obey the curfew. That I don't know. I guess you can be detained for violating the curfew, but I don't know how strictly that's enforced. Then again, even if I am past curfew, I am an essential worker, so I can always claim that I'm doing this for my YouTube channel and showing the news. It would help a lot more if I had a press pass, but I never applied for one. All right, let's go to Humboldt Street here. I'll start making my way back to McGinnis Boulevard. Once I get to McGinnis Boulevard, it will be a good place to catch a bus back to Queens or get some transportation back. Binary asking me when my next stream will be. That I don't know yet. Not sure if I'll be streaming tomorrow. The Fortunato Brothers has great gelato. I think I've heard of it before. Here we have Skillman Avenue and Humboldt Streets. I didn't know Skillman Avenue extended all the way into Brooklyn. There's a Skillman Avenue in Queens and Long Island City and Sunnyside. It is different photo. That's what I thought. Doggies just barking out the door. Woof, woof, woof. If you have a dog, make sure that you have tolerant neighbors, because if they don't like your dog barking, they're gonna hate you forever. Dogs have to bark sometimes, unless you have a barkless dog. I've seen the barkless dogs before. Also, friendly neighborhood reminder, folks. Please pick up your dog's shit. Thanks. Ruff, ruff. I think these residents have had enough of bad dog owners' shit and crap. It is the law to pick up. I hear ice cream. You know, there is a another sign here for dog poo-poo. This one's nicer though. I prefer this sign rather than the crash one back there. Yeah, B. Griffin, if only the dogs did it themselves. I have seen trained dogs use the toilet though. It's rare, but it can happen. I've also seen cats potty trained to use the human toilet. Bite back, you trained a cat to do that? Oh, yes. Is it easy to potty train a cat? I don't know.
It doesn't need to go fast.
It's not easy. Oh man. I could imagine that must take a lot of practice and determination. Here we have a tall dog, a long dog with a small dog. Yeah, they got tangled. I once saw a dog like go around a lamppost and the owner was like, "Come on, it's time to go. It's time to go." And the dog was so dumb, the dog didn't know how to untangle itself around the pole that it wrapped itself around. Sometimes dogs are like children. You gotta talk to them like children or they won't understand you. Prince fam at $5. Stay safe, Action Kid, and thank you for all you do. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. All right, this is the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Okay, here's the gas station that I saw that was the cheapest in Brooklyn, but now they raised their prices. Now it's $2.03 for a gallon. A popular gas station here. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna go into this market, get something to drink, and then wait for my transportation to come. I already called them up, so they'll be picking me up soon, if not already here. So I'll catch you all next time, folks. Take care. If you enjoyed this stream, be sure to give that like button a smash, comment down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe.